decision is not political. It is entirely personal. But it's not lost on me that our country is in need of strong progressive leadership right now, maybe more than ever.
Welcome back. That was Minnesota Democratic Senator Tina Smith announcing she's not going to run for re-election in 2026. That, of course, leaves her Senate seat open for next year's midterm. Now, Republicans have not won a Minnesota Senate race since 2002. President Trump lost the state to Kamala Harris by 4 points in the last election, the closest margin in 8 years. CBS News political reporter Hunter Woodall joins us now to handicap, at this very early stage, this open seat race. What do we know?
Major, this was kind of speculated for a while in Minnesota political circles that Senator Tina Smith wouldn't run again. Minnesota Democrats have a deep bench. There's a lot of ambitious Democrats who could run for this seat. Minnesota Republicans, however, there's been a lot of issues in the state party over the years. They've struggled to organize. So this is a prime pickup opportunity for Republicans if they had a well-organized machine in the state. They don't really have that right now.
What about Governor Tim Walz?
It's very interesting. I contacted a source close to the governor yesterday. He said, hey, he hasn't ruled it out yet. He may also run for a third term as governor, which is something he can do in Minnesota.
Mm-hmm. And is there a sense that any other prominent names, Ilhan Omar, for example, someone that Republicans talk about almost universally negatively, might be interested in this race?
Well, it's funny you mentioned that. I mean, Representative Omar's congressional campaign sent out a fundraising email today saying, the headline was, "What do you think? Should Ilhan run for the Senate?" That's something that Republicans, they would love in Minnesota to see Representative Omar run for the Senate seat. They see her as somebody they think they could beat in the general election. Ilhan Omar, though, she has, she can fundraise. She's a well-known national name, and it would be an interesting dynamic in that race. Minnesota Democrats, though, have a lot of other options in this race at this point.
There's a name I've heard, Peggy Flanagan.
Yes, she put on social media very quickly after Senator Smith.
And she is what currently?
She's the lieutenant governor of Minnesota. She said, I intend to run. That's a well-known name in the state. She's well-respected.
Hasn't filed the paperwork yet, but making every social media suggestion she's going to get in.
Exactly, and there's a little bit of that awkwardness, though. Governor Walz saying, hey, I haven't ruled this out. His lieutenant governor saying, hey, I plan to do this.
Right. How about neighboring Michigan? Gary Peters not running for re-election, another Democrat basically taking themselves out of the Derby in 2026?
Michigan is a much dicier proposition for Democrats. You go back and look at it, no Republican has won a Michigan Senate seat since 1994, but they've had some close calls. Obviously, 2024, very close Senate race. 2020, Gary Peters, very close Senate race. So Republicans see this as, hey, with a good recruit in a cycle where they've really made some gains in past cycles, this could be in play for them. Michigan Democrats are really going to have to play this one closely.
And look, overall, Democrats feel on their back heels. You can sense that in Washington. Republicans feel ascendant. And so right now the Republicans are talking a big game. Basically everything is in play.
Well, exactly. And especially, in Michigan, they had this 2020 race that was so close. It was John James that ran. He's now a U.S. congressman. He's a U.S. rep. He's continued in political circles. So
build his name ID.
Exactly. So Michigan Republicans, they have an opportunity here. And especially looking at how close things have been, how President Donald Trump has fared in the state, they have some momentum there that could be noticeable and is worrying Democrats.
Covering it all for us, Hunter Woodall. Thank you very much.